Despite heavy deployment of security operatives to the Federal High Court and disruption of activities within and around Abuja division of the court, the federal government yesterday failed to produce Nnamdi Kanu for trial as planned. Leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, Kanu, who was rearrested in Kenya last month, was scheduled to be brought before Justice Binta Nyako to resume his trial yesterday. Kanu had jumped bail in September 2017 and had since then been speaking from undisclosed location before his rearrest. He was intercepted on June 27th and repatriated to Nigeria in a shadowy operation conducted by the Nigerian security operatives in collaboration with international partners. At about 8 a.m., a long convoy inched into the court premises believed to have brought the IPOB leader, a development that further tightened the security situation around the court and threw the joint security operatives into a frenzy. Before the time, the entire roads leading to the Federal High Court were barricaded while human and vehicular movements were restricted. With the exception of few journalists, others were denied access to the court premises. Like a scene from a war front, many people were harassed, a motion recording around the court was disrupted, and phones were seized for slight expression of rights. Persons believed to have come in solidarity with the IPOB leader were quickly dispersed, while those who resisted were hassled and threatened by overzealous security operatives. Anyone found recording or streaming activities around the court premises were either arrested or harassed. One of the DSS officials who spoke to The Guardian attributed their actions to the nature of the case. This particular case is different, he said bluntly. Among those arrested was publisher of Sahara Reporters and convener of the Revolution Now movement, Omoyele Sowore. He was immediately whisked to an unknown destination but released hours later. Sowore was cited around the court premises to attend the scheduled session of the fundamental rights abuse case involving 5 activists. Justice Obiora Egwatu had last week directed the Department of State Security Services DSS to produce in court on Monday the 5 persons arrested for wearing the Buhari Must Go t-shirt to Dunamis Church recently. Sowore was, however, accosted as he continued the live stream of activities around the court. His handset was also seized before he was finally whisked away. The camera belonging to One Brook Media was equally snatched from the journalist, Yusuf Rock, while he narrowly escaped arrest. Despite the tension raised by the activities of security operatives, many still patiently waited for Kanu, who has not been cited in public since his extradition from Kenya some weeks back. It was not until 11 a.m. that the new counsel to the federal government, Mohammed Abubakar, announced that contrary to speculations, Kanu had not been brought to court. Abubakar blamed the government's failure to produce Kanu for logistic reasons. His explanation ignited heated argument from counsel to Kanu, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, who accused the Department of State Services of frustrating efforts by lawyers and family members to access the detained IPOB leader. Ejiofor countered the claim of the prosecution, saying the IPOB leader had been moved out of Abuja. He made frantic efforts to move an application for the transfer of his client to Keju Correctional Center as a better option to DSS custody, but his efforts were unsuccessful as Justice Nyako stood her ground not to proceed until Kanu was physically present in court as required by law. In an application, Kanu, through his lawyers, had argued that he cannot get a fair trial if he remains in the custody of DSS. He also sought an order to grant him access to his doctor for the purpose of carrying out a comprehensive independent medical examination on him. In her verdict, Justice Nyako ordered that the DSS should allow access to Kanu, although it won't be free for all. The judge further drew the attention of the government lawyer and that of Kanu to the fact that the yearly vacation of the court had commenced. The judge told the parties that the fiat of the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice John Tosho, was required for the trial to go ahead during vacation. Although the judge expressed reservation on the failure of the prosecutors to bring Kanu to court, the matter was eventually fixed for October 21. The judge gave a caveat that the court will reconvene at an earlier date if the chief judge grants fiat for trial to proceed during vacation. A member of the IPOB's leader's legal team, Eloy Ejimako yesterday told newsmen that the judge ordered the DSS to grant Kanu access to his lawyer twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays. According to him, the British government has expressed readiness to provide consular assistance for Kanu, but needed him to assent to the assistance by signing some forms. But when we took the forms to Kanu in DSS custody, the secret police stopped Kanu from signing the consular assistance form. Kanu has, however, dragged the federal government and Kenyan government to the African Commission on Human and People's Rights based in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, over alleged violation of his fundamental human rights by the two governments. Kanu, through one of his lawyers, Ejimako, also demanded to be returned to the United Kingdom. Ejimako, in a statement yesterday titled Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, said the IPOB leader demanded accountability over his extradition to Nigeria from Kenya. IPOB yesterday expressed disappointment over federal government's failure to produce its detained leader in court. The group described the act as a deliberate and wicked plot to inflict further torture on its leader, as well as confirmation of fear over uncertainty of his health condition. In a statement by its media and publicity secretary Ima Powerful, IPOB insisted producing Kanu was the only way to prove to its members he was still alive. It also demanded the unconditional release of those arrested in Abuja and other parts of the country for their solidarity with its leaders. Also, the Apex Igbo umbrella organization Ohanaeze Ndigbo General Assembly has warned against any form of compromise in the trial of Kanu, threatening to declare the Biafra Republic if he is not given a fair trial. President General of the body, Basil Onyechoman Onora, said the doctrine of presumption of innocence under our law guarantees all rights and privileges to Nnamdi Kanu until the contrary is proven. Meanwhile, there was compliance with the sit-at-home order on residents and visitors issued by IPOB in honor of its leaders' arraignment in court, as members of the group blocked the entrance and exit points into the commercial city of Onitsha, Anambra State, including the Head Bridge and industrial town of Nnewi. A trader in Onitsha main market, Linus Eze, said, "We heard it yesterday as a rumor that there will be no market today, but this morning we found out that people were making bonfires everywhere in the city." It was gathered that the youth made bonfires in some empty streets of Onitsha, even as they commandeered vehicles attempting to enter the cities to go back. At Nnewi, the agitators suspected to belong to IPOB smashed windscreens of vehicles belonging to motorists who attempted to enter the city. But in Awka, the capital city of Anambra, the situation was different as commercial activities went on without hitches, while offices opened amid patrol by army and police personnel.